Welcome back to the Midnight Who Show, and today we're going to be reviewing episode 5 of Loki. After last week, Mobius and Loki got pruned by the TVA. They were getting too close to the truth. Now, where did they go? They're not dead. They're in the Void, which is a place where the TVA basically just kind of drops everything they've pruned. It's just this kind of wasteland filled with this kind of misty guardian, stopping anyone basically and devouring it. It's a very interesting world, and it's also filled with Loki variants, as we saw last week. Now, these Loki's variants, there's a lot of them in this episode, but the main two humanoid Lokis, that is, and one not quite humanoid Loki. Classic Loki, Kid Loki, and Alligator Loki, which seriously might be my favorite Loki variant. It's an alligator Loki. That is so cool. There's also I think it's boastful Loki that we meet, but he doesn't really last too long in terms of trusting exercises here. And we also see a whole bunch of other Loki variants as well. They were revealed in that trailer that was released. That kind of vote for Loki look. Yeah, those are all the Loki variants. When they're all together, the banter starts, and they really can't work together. Now, meanwhile, while all this madness with Loki's is happening, Sylvia is at the TVA with Renslayer, who's trying to get a lot more about, where did Loki go, and what's really the motive of TVA after, the big reveal last week. We don't learn too much about who's the kind of mastermind behind everything. And Sylvie now knows, this void place is where all the answers has to be. I'm very curious. This episode, didn't really give too many answers to these questions. So I'm really excited for the finale next week. I think it's going to be amazing. Now, this episode had some amazing, Easter eggs in it, by the way, that were really fun to spot. I was just actually wow, that's that. And, oh, is that serious? It is. Wow, they actually did that. Seriously, some of these Easter eggs are really cool. I also really like the costume design on these Lokis. I think they did a really good job with it. They each made them feel different from one another, and I like that. And this kind of world the Void is very interesting to have. And this episode had some really good effects to it, especially coming from classic Loki. I'm not going to give the scene away, but it was a really amazing scene. And really, the direction on this episode was really good. And I haven't mentioned that too much on the show. This show has some really good direction. Yeah, Loki episode 5, I think, does a really good job kind of setting the ground for next week. There's going to be that big reveal happening. Who is the mastermind behind the TVA? We're probably going to get that, and I'm really excited to see that. I think the show has done really good with kind of building up to that, and I hope they can really deliver next week. And hopefully they can. So have you seen Loki episode 5? Tell me your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.